Welcome to the Film Club. I'm Buck Callahan. Tonight, Sense and Sensibility from 1995. Like, subscribe, comments are important. Let's go.
John, you will find out soon enough from my will that the estate of Norland was left to me in such a way as prevents me from dividing it. Norland in its entirety, yours by law, and I am happy for you. But your stepmother, my wife and daughters are left only £500 a year. Nothing for the girls' dowries. You must help them.
Well, of course.
You must promise to do this.
I promise, Father.
Well, at least he's
I promise.
an honorable man.
What do you mean, help them?
Dearest, I mean to give them £3,000.
No question, more than amply.
One had rather, on such occasions, do too much than too little. Of course, he did not stipulate a particular sum.
Oh, wow, look at those horses.
£1,500, then. What do you say to 1,500?
1,500?
There's no knowing what they expect. The question is, what can you afford?
Oh, she's one of those nagging kind of women. Well, hopefully she's not a nagging kind of woman.
Should live longer than 15 years. You'd be completely taken in. People always live forever when there is an annuity to be paid. Convinced within myself that your father had no idea of your giving them money.
She's just talked him down to nothing.
4 women want for more than that. They'll be much more able to give you something.
I learned from Pride and Prejudice, everyone knew how to play the piano.
Can you play something else? Mama has been weeping since breakfast.
Mama, there's another mama. Everyone played sad music, I guess.
I meant something less mournful, dear.
I was about to say, that didn't sound any better.
Reduced to the condition of visitor in my own home.
Consider, Mama, we have nowhere to go.
John and Fanny will be descending from London at any moment. Do you expect me to be here to welcome them?
Mamas were always a little, I'm not sure what word they were, but they were it. Wow. Well, right now I can understand, but...
I will start making inquiries for a new house at once. Until then, we must try to bear their coming.
Oh, look at that treehouse.
Margaret, are you there? Please come down. John and Fanny will be here soon.
Why are they coming to live at Norland? They already have a house in London.
Houses go from father to son, dearest, not from father to daughter.
Oh.
If you come inside, we could play with your atlas.
It's not my atlas anymore. It's their atlas.
I'm totally wrong about that.
Concern is how long it will take them to move out.
Oh, wow. She's ready to kick them out already. Is she going to a funeral? Hey, oh, she's just... Oh, I'm not liking her at all. And Mama just sitting there. Somebody say something.
My brother Robert is in town with her this season and quite the most popular bachelor in London. He has his own barouche.
Oh, here's another word. These words.
You have 2 brothers, have you not?
Edward is the elder, and Mamma quite depends upon him. He's travelling up from Plymouth shortly and will break his journey here.
If that is agreeable to you, of course.
My dear John, this is your home now.
Yeah, yes, whatever.
Fanny wishes to know where the key to the silver cabinet is kept.
What does Fanny want with the silver?
One can only presume she wants to count it.
Make sure you don't steal it.
In view of the fact that he will not be with us for long, I wonder if Miss Margaret will be prepared to give up her room for him. The view is quite incomparable from her windows, and I should so much like Edward to see Norland at its best.
Were there a lot of women fights back then? If there weren't, there should have been. My gosh, they were just disrespectful to each other. Wow. The scene.
Mrs. Dashwood, my brother Edward Ferrars.
Do sit down.
There's my boy.
My youngest is not to be found this morning. She's a little shy of strangers.
I'm shy of strangers myself, and I have nothing like her excuse.
How do you like your view, Mr. Ferrars?
What is wrong with him? He looks like he's scared or got to use the bathroom.
Very handsome and beautifully kept, Mrs. Dashwood.
Edward, your windows overlook the lake.
Rectified the situation and am very happily installed in the guest quarter.
Oh, so he's like a meek kind of guy.
Tea.
Okay.
They're all exceedingly spoilt, I find. I barely had a civil word from Mary Ann.
My dear Fanny, they've just lost their father.
Yeah, exactly. My
Their lives will never be the same again.
That is no excuse.
Oh, gee. But she's hiding again.
These are mostly foreign.
Magnificent.
I never like the smell of books.
They do have a smell to them that I love. I love going to a library and just smelling the books. Oh.
And we do not need 4 bedrooms. We can share.
This one, then.
Marianne, we have only £500 a year. I will send out more inquiries today.
Ah, that is not a lot.
Pardon my intrusion, but I think I may have found a from what you were looking for.
I'm gonna say it every time I see this kind of fits on a man in these movies. I have to get that.
We haven't seen you all day.
The finds are nice.
Oh, and Maddox will help you adjust to our eyes. No.
Oh, Miss Dashwood. By any chance have such a thing as a reliable atlas?
I believe so.
My sister tells me it is in South America.
No, she's quite wrong. For I believe it is in Belgium.
Oh, okay. I see what they're doing.
I think you must be thinking of the Volga.
Because they were throwing me off.
Vladivostok and ends in...
Wimbledon.
Precisely.
Oh, the source of the Nile is in Abyssinia.
Is it? How do you do?
Margaret Dashwood.
Delighted to make your acquaintance.
That curly hair. I thought he was gonna be like a good guy. He's not a good guy either. He's just like his wife. How pretty she is, my gosh.
It is just possible we may get some assistance from them.
Or who's gonna ruin this mood? Oh. Look at that shot. The music is always so good in these movies. Always sad, but
That was my father's favourite. Thank you so much for your help with Margaret, Mr. Ferris. Has she shown you the treehouse?
Not yet. Would you do me the honour, Miss Dashwood? It is very fine out.
Margaret has always wanted to travel.
Heading an expedition to China shortly. I am to go. On the understanding that I will be very badly treated.
What will your duties be?
Sword fighting, obviously. Swabbing, I would imagine.
she's still in mourning. And look at her. She has to end up being a good person at the end, I'm sure.
I've always preferred the church, but that is not smart enough for my mother. That is a great deal too smart for me.
Would you stay in London?
I hate London. No peace. A country living is my ideal, though.
Country living, that's my idea also.
Give very short sermons.
Look at all those sweaters just running around.
Imagine how that is compounded when one has no hope, no choice of any occupation whatsoever.
Circumstances are therefore precisely the same.
Except that you will inherit your fortune. We cannot even earn ours.
I forgot about that back then.
Margaret is right. Piracy is our only option. What is swabbing exactly?
Dude, I don't know myself.
Edward and Eleanor have formed an attachment. It would be cruel to take her away so soon. Devonshire is so far.
Oh, she just doesn't want to leave yet.
Can the soul really be satisfied with such polite affections? To love is to burn, to be on fire.
They made rather pathetic ends, dear.
Pathetic? To die for love?
Taking your romantic sensibilities a little far.
Hey. Oh, they wore those things back in that day also?
A fancy or a feeling?
Little hair.
What a pity it is that Edward has no passion for reading.
It was you who asked him to read, and then you made him nervous.
Me?
Yes. But since your behaviour to him in all other respects is perfectly cordial, I must assume that you like him in spite of his...
I was about to say that. Yeah, there's something there.
But he shall have my unswerving devotion when you tell me that he is to be my brother. How shall I do without you?
Oh, this is going to get weird.
But you must promise not to live too far away.
There is no understanding.
Do you love him?
How long has he been there?
I like him.
Use those insipid words again and I shall leave the room this instant.
Very well, forgive me.
Wow. Insipid words. My vocabulary after these movies are going to be...
Is love a fancy or a feeling? Or a Ferris?
I do not attempt to deny that I think very highly of him, greatly esteem him, that I like him.
Did they just grow to love these men just eventually? Because it's like no one ever loved each other at first. Uh-oh. Scratching the paint off the door. Oh, she is, isn't she?
Understanding, he would never go back on his word. He's simply incapable of doing so, but it would lead to his ruin.
Wow.
My mother has always made it perfectly plain that she will withdraw all financial support from Edward should he choose to plant his affections in exalted ground than he deserves.
Oh my, is she telling the truth?
I understand you perfectly.
My gosh, she's basically saying, nah, you're not worthy, yo, get up out of here, shorty. Wow.
He lives with his mother-in-law at Barton Park. It is Barton Cottage that he offers us.
How charming. A little cottage is always very snug.
Oh, this woman.
You will not leave before the summer.
Longer trespass upon your sister's goodwill. We must leave as soon as possible.
You will come stay with us, Edward.
Edward has long been expected in town by our mother.
Come as soon as you can, Edward. Remember, you're always welcome.
Ooh, he's a different character than in Bridget Jones's Diary. Wow.
Cannot you take him with you?
We cannot possibly afford him.
Perhaps he could make himself useful in the kitchen. Miss Dashwood, Eleanor, I must speak to you. There is something of great importance that I need to...
Is it say he likes her sister?
About my education.
Oh.
Your education?
Yes. It was conducted, oddly enough, in Plymouth.
Indeed.
Yes. Do you know it?
No.
Oh. I was 4 years there, in a school run by Mr. Pratt.
Get to it, buddy. What is going on?
While I was there, that is to say, he had a...
What?
Edward, I've been all over for you. You're needed in London this instant.
You're right.
As it is.
No, that will not do. Mamma is quite adamant you should leave at once.
Okay. Did I miss something somewhere? What was he talking about? And this woman. Oh, that's a fancy prancing horses there.
Edward promised to bring the atlas to Barton for me.
Well, I'll wager he will do so in less than a fortnight.
A fortnight. That I do know what it is. Somebody sounds lively.
Sir John.
Sounds of the Baskerville.
Dear ladies, here you are, here.
There was always one lively person.
But here is my dear mamma-in-law, Mrs. Jenny.
Mama-in-law.
Pass! Oh, I could not wait for you to come to us. She would not wait.
What is up with these dogs?
Feel as if I know you already.
Love animals, but they were just hanging around.
And you know you must dine at Barton Park. No. I will not brook.
Is that their property?
Let us only settle in for 2 days.
Is that the cottage? That's just a cottage. That's supposed to be. That's just a cottage. Okay.
So no smart young men hereabouts.
That is a cottage.
Send your man up to us for the carriage as soon as you're ready. No, thank you.
They had all those dogs in the carriage. Hey, they managed to keep their whites white without whatever. Did they use bleach back then? Oh man, I'm curious about that.
Cold, I'm cold.
Oh, this is. Oh.
What can Brandon be? He's the most eligible bachelor in the county. Mind, I think he's a better age for Miss Dashwood. She's left her heart behind in Sussex.
Oh, you've sniffed one out already, Mother. You're worse than my best point of flossing.
Only country now, Miss Dashwood. We none of us have any secrets here.
Or if we do, we do not keep them long.
Wine with every meal.
Give us a clue, Miss Dashwood.
He has no profession.
He's a gentleman, then.
You know perfectly well there is no such person.
There is, and his name begins with an F.
Margaret.
Now, there's a promising letter. There's one.
Forest?
Yes.
Fondant?
Might I play your pianoforte?
Yes, of course.
No, an entertainment, I declare.
There's probably some beef here right going on. Some beef going on right now, I think. It's about to happen silently. There he is.
While she lies sleeping.
He's mesmerized.
Softly.
Wow, she can sing.
Lies sleep.
Playing the piano, I'm not sure if she's really playing it, but that singing it's nice.
Come and meet our beautiful new neighbour. What a heard our delightful songbird, Miss Marianne.
Mrs. Dashwood, may I present my dear friend Colonel Brandon? Assure you there's not a better fellow in the world.
What's it like?
Like? Hot.
It's full of spices.
Yes, something they didn't bring back, I guess. Knocking on their food.
I believe I know what key you will sing in. F major.
Jeez, they're not gonna let that go. They're having a time at it, man. What is going on?
Strangers.
But everyone else was.
Mrs. Jennings is not everyone.
I like her. We never talk about things.
That is true.
If you cannot think of anything appropriate to say, you will please restrict your remarks to the weather.
It's true, though. They haven't really spoke about anything. What are those? Reeds? Or whatever those things are called? I promise you I'm actually very intelligent.
Word is you've developed a taste for certain company. She'd be a very fortunate young lady. Brandon, my boy, do not think of yourself so meanly.
And all the better for her.
These dogs are just... Oh, look at this woman in this big leg of something.
Besotted.
Huh, okay.
An excellent match. He's rich and she's handsome.
Okay, so Handsome was a woman. Okay, so that is definitely a thing. Handsome was a woman.
He has no wife and children, Fee. He had a tragic history. He loved a girl once, 20 years ago now, but they were not permitted to marry.
On what grounds?
Money. I think he would have done himself a harm if not for John.
What became of the lady?
She was passed from man to man, disappeared from all good society. When Brandon came back from India, only to find her dying in a poorhouse, I thought my daughter Charlotte might have cheered him up, but she's better off where she is. But look at him now, so attentive.
Okay, now she's falling for him.
The rent here may be low, but I believe we have it on
She is nervous.
He has nothing to do but marry off everyone else's. A parcel?
Oh, look!
It's the Atlas.
Can I open it? It is too ridiculous. When is a man to be safe from such wit if age and infirmity do not protect him?
Why don't you take it off and then untie it? There it is.
Edward said he would bring it himself.
It gives me great pleasure to restore this atlas to its rightful owner. Alas, business in London does not permit me to accompany it.
Business.
Why hasn't he come?
He says he's busy, dear.
Why hasn't he come?
Oh, she really liked him. Oh, the older girl liked him.
We are not engaged, Mama.
But he loves you, dearest. Of that I'm certain. But Eleanor, your heart must tell you.
In such a situation, Mama, it is perhaps better to use one's head.
It can't be good for me.
I hope they have shoes on. If not, there's a lot of sheep poo out there. I can't see, but please have shoes on.
Is there any felicity in the world superior to this? I told you it would rain. There's some blue sky. Let us chase it. I'm not supposed to run. Ah!
Oh, there we go.
Ah! I do not think I can walk. You must run and fetch help. I will run as fast as I can.
Something. Oh, I was about to say something's got to happen. He came dashing on a white horse. Is that my man?
Don't be afraid. He's quite safe. Are you hurt? May I have your permission to ascertain if there are any breaks?
Who is this guy? It's a good looking man, though.
It is not broken. Can you put your arm about my neck?
He's very dashing. It is.
Allow me to escort you home.
Is she dreaming? That's a good looking man right there. Oh, no,
She fell down and he's carrying her.
Are you all right?
That is a good first impression right there.
Yes, I took the liberty of feeling the bone and it's perfectly sound.
I wouldn't try that, women, if I were you, but hey, that's the way you get a man to,
Pray excuse me, I have no desire to leave a watermark. But permit me to call tomorrow afternoon and inquire after the patient.
We shall look forward to it. I'll show you out.
Thank you.
Give the gentleman his hat.
His name.
Yeah, about to say, who is he?
Obliged. John Willoughby of Allenham at your service, Mark.
John Willoughby Allen.
John Willoughby of Allen.
What an impressive gentleman.
Okay, there's a lot of men in this movie now.
You must change, you will catch a cold.
What care I for colds when there is such a man?
You will care very much when your nose swells up.
You are right. Help me, Eleanor.
A lot of colds and being sick back then.
Marianne must not expect to have all the men to herself.
But what do you know of Mr. Willoughby, Sir John?
There's not a bolder rider in all England.
What are his tastes, his passions, his pursuits?
He has the smartest little of a pointer. Was she out with him yesterday?
Where is Allenham, Sir John?
Allenham, nice little estate 3 miles east. He's to inherit it from an elderly relative.
It's Colonel Brandon.
Okay, there's, like I said, there's 3 men and 2 available women.
Yeah, dear me, poor Brandon. You will none of you think of him now.
After seeing that man, I don't even think about him.
Colonel.
Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning.
Oh, thank you so much, Colonel.
The words they say to each other.
Yeah, if I were you, I would not give him up to a younger sister for all this tumbling down.
Jeez, man.
Come, Brandon, we know when we are not wanted. Let us leave him to the ladies.
Thank you so much for calling.
Goodbye, Sir John. Colonel, thank you for the flowers.
Oh, man, come on. You ain't got to treat the man like that. Gee whiz, babe. Come on.
How do you do, Colonel?
How does he do? How do you do, more like? Go on in. And they're waiting for you.
Jeez. Yeah, go on in there. Yeah. Carry in there. Yeah, they're waiting for you, buddy. All the women that you want, all yours.
Mr. Willoughby.
He's too perfect. Something's wrong with this guy.
Trust Miss Marianne has not caught cold?
You found out my name.
The neighbourhood is crawling with my spies. And since you cannot venture out to nature, nature must be brought to you.
Oh, those little cheesy flowers. Oh, okay. You know what?
They're not from the hothouse.
Ah, I see mine is not the first offering.
Okay, there you go.
Nor the most elegant.
And I've always preferred wildflowers.
often passed this cottage and grieved for its lonely state. I felt a peculiar interest in the event which nothing can account for, but my present delight.
I'm still amazed that they call this a cottage. Well, my version of a cottage and their version.
Marianne is reading them out to us.
Without a doubt, mine is 116.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments.
I'm starting not to like him.
Bends with the remover to remove.
Nope. Starting not to like this guy.
Then how does it continue?
It is an ever-fixed mark
that looks on storm.
Oh.
I hope that changes, but he's starting to go into a territory that I don't like.
Look, I carry them with me always.
Oh, how beautiful.
Always trying to impress women, he is, I'm sure. That's why I don't like him, because he knows he's good looking and women just fall over him.
And my pocket sonnets are yours, Miss Marianne. Talisman against further injury.
And my heart is just like, I'm not liking this guy at all. Good looking, don't like him. Oh, the shadow thing. I didn't know they had that back then.
Haven't you finished yet?
Patience.
Well, you're not going to deny us beef as well.
Is Hugh Grant not in this movie at
There's
all?
nothing under 10 pence a pound, Mama. We have to economise.
Sorry I got so loud.
No, just not to eat beef.
I don't know. Something's just up with this guy, man. And she knows it too. See? Yes. What hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, he's a dirtbag. If I'm wrong, someone just timestamp this spot right here if I'm wrong, if that man's not a dirtbag.
Yeah, I should be sensible of it, Helena.
It has already exposed you to some very impertinent remarks.
Yeah.
Good morning, Colonel.
That's how you ride a horse.
I come to issue an invitation, a picnic. If you would care to join us, Mrs. Jennings' daughter and her husband are travelling up especially.
What is going on here?
We should be delighted, Colonel.
Okay, so she's...
We'll, of course, be including Mr. Willoughby in the party.
I should be delighted to join.
Wow, she's making it obvious I don't want you. Can you be any more obvious than that?
I understand you have a particularly fine pianoforte, Colonel.
Then I shall really be able to play for you all.
We shall look forward to it.
All right, sooner or later someone's going to really talk about this guy.
Marianne does not approve of hiding her emotions. In fact, her romantic prejudices have the unfortunate tendency to set propriety at naught.
She is wholly unspoiled.
The sooner she becomes acquainted with the ways of the world, the better.
I knew a lady very like your sister, the same impulsive sweetness of temper, who was forced into, as you put it, a better acquaintance with the world. The result was only ruination and despair. Do not desire it, Miss Dashwood.
I never even thought about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. I thought like her until he just said that. Yeah, that is not cool. She may find it way quicker than what she needs to.
Oh, Mrs. Dashwood, Mr. Palmer, are they not the very creatures she describes?
Nothing like.
Oh, that's that guy from House. I don't know his name. He's from House. Hugh Laurie or something like that. Oh my gosh, that's that guy. He's wow. Has he ever played a character that's not like that stuck-up kind of person? I've only seen him in 2 shows, so. But that is that guy. Yeah.
Come, you must meet my daughter Charlotte, Mr. Palmer.
Oh, you do. I'm out of here.
And one not at all inclined to exaggeration.
What can this be?
Oh, he's running. He's coming in hot. He's coming in hot. What's going on?
Colonel Brandon here. Over here.
He's coming in hot.
My horse, quickly. I has to wait to London.
No, impossible. We cannot
later.
picnic at Delaford without our host. Go up to town tomorrow.
I cannot afford to lose 1 minute.
He found his woman. Is the woman okay? His ex?
Frailty, thy name is Brandon.
There are some people who cannot bear a party of pleasure.
Colonel Brandon will be sadly missed.
When he is the sort of man that everyone speaks well of.
Here we go.
And no one remembers to talk to.
Exactly.
Nonsense.
Here we go.
Colonel Brandon is very highly respected at
I
Barton
hate
Park.
her. I don't use that word too often.
He has found fault with the balance of my high flyer.
Oh!
It will be, if any, be in all other respects irreproachable. Give me some pain. You cannot deny me the privilege of disliking him, as much as I adore.
All that just to say I don't like the guy? That was a lot.
I have great plans for improvements to it, you know, Mr. Willoughby.
Now that I will never consent to.
Because you're going to come with me.
Not a stone must be added to its walls. Were I rich enough, I would instantly pull down Combe Magna and rebuild it in the exact image of this cottage.
On a fire that smokes, I suppose.
especially the fire that smokes. For then I should be as happy at Coombe as I have been at Barton. But this place has one claim on my affections that none other can possibly share. Promise me you'll never change it. There's something very particular I should like to ask you.
I'll ask Mamma if I may stay behind from church.
Thank you. Until tomorrow, then. Miss Marianne.
Keep saying something's up with this guy, but I can't figure out what it is. Maybe he's just a good guy.
What is wrong, dearest? What is the matter?
Forgive me, Mrs. Dashwood. I'm sent. Lady Allen has exercised the privilege of riches upon a dependent cousin and is sending me to London almost this moment.
But your business will not detain you from us for long, I hope.
I have no idea of returning immediately into Devonshire. I'm seldom invited to Allenham more than once a year.
Can you wait for an invitation from Barton Cottage?
Well, my engagements at present are of such a nature.
What is going on?
That is to say, I dare not flatter my... I will not torment myself further.
Willoughby, come back!
Ask Betsy to make a cup of hot tea for Mary.
What is going on here?
Please, let me be.
They must have quarrelled.
Oh, that is unlikely. Perhaps this Lady Allen disapproves of his regard for Marianne and has invented an excuse to send him away.
Then why did he not say as much?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like Willoughby to be secretive.
What is it you suspect him of?
But why was his manner so guilty?
What are you saying, Eleanor?
Thank you.
That he's been acting a part to your sister for all this time?
He loves her, I'm sure.
Yeah, something's up with that.
Cannot you ask her if he has proposed?
I cannot force a confidence from Marianne, nor should you. We must trust her to confide in us in her own time.
There was something so underhand in the manner of his leaving.
I prefer to give him the benefit of my good opinion.
Ma, I am very fond of Willoughby.
Yeah, she just wanted that to be so. we got everyone's crying.
You will not let me in.
Okay, all right, well. Oh, you're by yourself now. Oh, gosh. Yeah, have your tea. Everyone's getting called back to London.
Mind, we're all a little forlorn these days.
Dear Miss Dashwood, perhaps now we might have a discussion.
Yeah, why is she so...
There is a particular question I've long wanted to ask you. Oh, forgive me, I've no wish to trouble you.
No, my dear Miss Steele.
I cannot believe it is that far. You can see the place on the top of our hill. Is it really 5.5? No, I cannot believe it.
Try.
Have my permission to ask any manner of question.
This has to be a good one.
At all acquainted with your sister-in-law's mother, Mrs. Ferret?
With Fanny's mother? No,
You must think me strange for inquiring. If only I dared.
If she tells you aught of the famous Mr. F, you must pass it on.
Will you take a turn with me, Miss Dashwood?
There's so many secrets going around in this place.
we do not mean the same Mr. Ferris.
Oh, the very same. He was 4 years under the tutelage of my uncle, Mr. Pratt. Has he never spoken of it?
That's what he said about Pratt.
Yes, I believe he has.
I was very unwilling to enter into it without his mother's approval, but we loved each other with too great a passion for prudence. You must have seen how capable he is of making a woman sincerely attached to him. Scarcely meet above twice a year.
I saw it too.
You seem out of sorts, Miss Dashwood. Are you quite well? I've not offended you.
I cannot stand it any longer. I must know what you're saying, Lucy.
If anyone promise me you'll not tell us all.
Engrossed.
You allowed no secrets from us, you know.
And what can have fascinated you to such an extent?
Tell us all.
Tell us all.
London, ma'am. Diversions.
Do you hear that, Charlotte? And I have concocted a plan.
Oh, it is the best plan in the world.
I make for London shortly. Both of Mrs. Dashwood to join me.
Splendid.
London? Can I go?
Oh, you know perfectly well you're too young.
I shall convey you all.
I don't think anybody should go to... All the men are in London, right? Oh, this is going to be a debacle. Oof.
I came into Devonshire with no other view.
But we cannot possibly leave our mother.
Of course I can.
Of course she can.
Of course she can.
If I do not have the three of you married by Michaelmas, it will not be my fault.
Life will be on everything.
I'll lend all my life as I am to Mrs. Jennings. Willoughby, and you will see Edward.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
With you in the room.
I do not believe you feel as calm as you look, Eleanor.
Was she telling the truth, I wonder? I'm starting to wonder about that.
Miss Steele talking about so long.
Nothing of significance.
He didn't seem like that kind of guy. I mean, I've been wrong before. It just seemed odd. That just didn't seem right.
And he'd talk more of one young woman than any other. But he's never given a moment's alarm on that count. Imagine how glad he'll be to learn that we're friends.
Something's not... That's two people in here now that I just don't have a good feeling about.
Oh, there you are, Pooter. Still alive, I see.
I Marianne, do sit down for 2 seconds together. You're making me nervous.
Good afternoon, sir. Oh, Eleanor, it is Willoughby. Indeed it is.
Alright, maybe I'm wrong about this guy. Oh, no, it's not Willoughby.
What a pleasure to see you. Have you been in London all this while?
Forgive me, Miss Dashwood. I have heard reports through town. Miss Dashwood, tell me once and for all, is everything finally resolved between your sister and Mr. Willoughby?
Colonel, though neither one has informed me, I have no doubt of their mutual affection.
Thank you, Miss Dashwood. To your sister, I wish all imaginable happiness. To Mr. Willoughby, that he may endeavour to deserve her.
You said that one a lot.
What do you mean?
Spunk.
Forgive me.
What's up with every dude want to snitch on every dude? Nah, I mean, I understand. Jeez. Well, at least you didn't do like the other guy. Wow. That was a bell system. That was the coolest thing.
Thank you, Mrs. Jennings.
For I overheard your sister-in-law say she's to invite the elusive Mr. F to the ball tonight.
Uh-oh. Yes, a ball.
The horses have been here.
Oh. It had to smell back then. It had to. Like I said before, if everyone smelled, no one smelled. Just walking in poo and...
Oh no, this is madness.
All these pictures.
You're not alone, I trust.
John has just gone to fetch my brother.
Your brother, I declare.
That's a troublemaker.
May I present my brother-in-law, Mr. Robert Ferrers. Miss Dashwood, Miss Steele, and Miss Marianne.
My dear ladies. So you must be the younger brother. Is Mr. Edward not here?
Oh, he's far too busy for such gathering, and has no special acquaintance here to make his attendance worthwhile.
I do not know what the young men are about these days. In the absence of your brother.
Something's going on. There's something going on.
It would be my honor.
Something's going on. Look at this. Look at his face. What are you talking about sourpuss for? Now I will say the lighting is different in this one than Pride and Prejudice.
How do you do, Miss Dashwood?
We are all extremely well. Thank you for your kind inquiry.
Willoughby!
Oh, she just called him out. Oh, this is not going to be good. Oh, this is not going to be good.
Good God, Willoughby!
This is not going to be good, is it?
Will you not shake hands with me?
How do you do, Miss Marianne?
Willoughby, what is the matter? Why have you not come to see me? Were you not in London? Have you not received my letters?
Yes, I had the pleasure of receiving the information you were so good as to send me.
For heaven's sake, Willoughby, tell me what is wrong.
Thank you, I'm most obliged. If you will excuse me, I must rejoin my party.
Okay, now I'm wondering if now I'm really confused with this guy now. Does he really like her and not can't? What is going on? I don't get it. I don't get this. If he puts his arm around her or holds her hand.
Force him to come to me instantly.
Let's come away.
Wow. I knew it, you piece of...
Come away, dearest. Come away.
Wow, they're looking at these two like, wow, these commoners are in our place. Wow, they're looking at them like that.
There you are, my dear.
Please don't do that, babe.
Come, dear. You need some air. Come, dear. We must go.
It will be our pleasure to escort your young charge home.
She sent him messages during the night.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, no, babe. Come on.
Marianne, please tell me.
Do not ask me questions.
You have no confidence in me.
You who confide in no one.
I have nothing to tell.
You neither of us have anything to tell. I because I conceal nothing, and you because you communicate nothing.
I do wish Lady Charteris would limit her invitation list. I do not know when I've been so warm. I'm glad we left early. There now. Lovers' quarrels are swift to heal.
That's not a lover's quarrel, babe.
It hurts to see her looking so forlorn.
I'm surprised you never mentioned how agreeable your sister-in-law is.
It's perhaps fortunate that none of them knows of your engagement.
I'm quite at a loss to discover in what point I could be so unfortunate as to offend you, or meant to express I shall reproach myself for not having been more guarded. My affections have long been engaged elsewhere. I am, etc., John Willoughby.
Dearest.
Why would you do that?
wrote to him, I thought then he must have left you with some kind of understanding.
It's not so unworthy as you think.
Did he tell you that he loved you?
Yes. Never absolutely. It was every day implied but never declared. He has broken no vow.
All of us. He made us all believe he loved you.
Probably did.
He did! He loved me as I loved him!
Now I don't know what's going on.
And my father.
My love, I would ask them with all my heart, but I've already asked Miss Steele, and we cannot deprive Mrs. Jennings of all her company at once. We can invite your sisters some other year.
Eating
you
over
know.
here. What is up with him?
And Miss Steele will profit far more from your generosity.
Excellent motion.
Colonel Brandon to see you, Miss Dashwood.
You don't see too many lefties in movies, which is weird.
Thank you so much for coming.
How is your sister? Permit me to accompany you and take you straight on from Cleveland to Barton myself?
I confess that is precisely what I had hoped for. Marianne suffers cruelly. What pains me most is how hard she tries to justify Mr. Willoughby. But you know her disposition.
Perhaps. When I quitted Barton last... I must go further back. No doubt, Mrs. Jennings has apprised you of certain events in my past. The sad outcome of my connection with a young woman named Eliza. What is not commonly known is that 20 years ago, before she died, Eliza bore an illegitimate child.
Oh, she died. Oh, I didn't know she had died.
Father, whoever he was, abandoned them. As Eliza lay dying, she begged me to look after the child. I had failed Eliza in every other way. I could not refuse her now. I took the child, is her name, and placed her with a family in the country where I could be sure that she would be well looked after. She grew up so headstrong. I allowed her too much freedom. Almost a year ago, she disappeared. 8 months, I was left to imagine the worst. At last, on the day of the Delaford picnic, I received the first news of her.
Oh, that was what it was.
With child, and the blackguard who had left her with no hint of his whereabouts.
Oh, good God. Do you mean Willoughby?
Before I could return to confront him, Lady Allen had learned of his behaviour and turned him from the house. He fled to London.
Yes, he left us that morning without any explanation.
And in danger of losing cum magna and all the money that remained to his debtors.
For Miss Grey and her £50,000. Is Beth still in town?
She has chosen to return to the country for her confinement.
A lot of twist in here.
I have described Mr. Willoughby as the worst of libertines. He did mean to propose that day, and therefore I cannot deny that his intentions towards Marianne, he would have married her, had it not been
for the money.
Wow. Whoa. That's different. Usually it's the other way around in this.
Whatever his present, at least you may be certain that he loved you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I called him that. I'm sorry I called him a dirtbag. I know people were just yelling at me when I was saying that. Poor fella, man. Jeez.
And she was a vast deal more than civil. I feel sure to very soon.
I think I'm starting to figure something out. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to seem
There's
like
a Mr.
weirdo.
Edward Ferrars to see you, Miss Dashwood.
Do ask him to come in.
Yeah, see. This is what, look at, yeah. I'll let you back in. If you keep them broken up, you can come back into the family. I guarantee that's what happened to that. That's what that girl, that's why she's over there looking very suspicious.
What a pleasure to see you. You know Miss Steele, of course.
Indeed. How do you do, Miss Steele?
I'm well, thank you, Mr. Ferrars.
Do sit down.
Yeah, something's going on.
Is that not so, Eleanor? Why have you not come to see us before?
I have been much engaged elsewhere.
Engaged elsewhere?
Oh, no.
That when there were such friends to be met. For Edward is the most incapable of being selfish of anyone I ever saw. Will you not sit? Eleanor, help me to persuade him.
If they don't tell me what's going on, I'm going to flip out.
Forgive me. I must take my leave.
You only just arrived.
You would excuse me, but I am...
What's going on?
Perhaps you might escort me back to your sister's house, Mr. Ferrars.
It would be an honour. Miss Dashwood?
Why did you not urge him to stay?
He must have had his reasons for going.
If I were Edward, I would assume you did not care for me at all.
It is your good fortune and breeding. Of both. His family would certainly oppose the match.
Fortune and breeding.
They will allow it as soon as they see you, my dear. It is a very great secret. I've told nobody in the world, for fear of discovery. I am the soul of discretion.
Oh, you don't tell her anything.
I can assure you,
Her.
I am as silent as the grave.
Oh gosh. Okay, that answered my question about the fighting. Okay, I'm old enough to remember where teachers did that to kids. They were grabbed by the nose and pull them. Wow. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to remember that.
I have endured her exaltation again and again whilst knowing myself to be divided from Edward forever.
That's the most I've heard her say. Like, with some...
Have I been rightly informed? Is it so?
Are you acquainted with Mr. Ferrers?
No, we have never met. But I know only too well the cruelty, the impolitic cruelty of dividing two young people long attached to one another. I have a proposal to make that should enable him to marry Miss Steele immediately. Since the gentleman is so close a friend to your family, perhaps you'd be good enough to mention it to him.
Be only too delighted to hear it from your own lips.
I think not. His behaviour has proved him proud, in the best sense. I feel certain this is the right course.
Mr. Edward Ferrers.
This movie is deep. I wasn't expecting this at all.
The unkindness of your family makes you astonished to find friendship elsewhere.
No, not to find it in you. I cannot be ignorant that it's certainly to you that I owe this.
You are mistaken. You owe it almost entirely to your own merit. I've had no hand in it.
Here we go again. Another twist, isn't it?
Colonel Brandon must be a man of great worth and respectability.
He is the kindest and best of men.
May I ask why the Colonel did not tell me himself?
I think he felt it would be better coming from a friend.
Your friendship has been the most important of my life.
You will always have it.
Forgive me.
I wish you both very happy.
There has to be more than this, or I'm just looking too much into this. I guess sometimes you just need that walk, I guess.
Which alters when it alteration.
We can see it from our state.
Willoughby.
But what was so special about him, though? He was a good-looking man. He had some money.
Be wet through when she returns.
Pointing that out, my dear. Do not worry, Miss Dashwood. Brandon will find her. We can all guess where she went.
Miss Dashwood.
Is she falling down? Oh, that's him. Hypothermia.
The fire is lit in my room.
Fetch us some blankets.
Blankets.
And brandy. And brandy. Hey, that'll warm you up.
You'll wear yourself out, Colonel. A day or two in bed will soon set her to rights.
You can rely upon Harris, Colonel. I've never found a better physician.
What is the diagnosis?
It is an infectious fever that has taken far more serious hold than I would have expected. I would recommend the hasty removal of your child, Mrs. Palmer.
I am more sorry than I can say. If you would prefer me to stay, I am at your service.
But Colonel Brandon and Dr. Harris will look after us. Thank you for everything you have done.
Oh, man, she is looking not good at all. What'd they give him for stuff back then for that?
She is not doing as well as I would like.
Go get homeboy. What's his name? Willoughby. Go get Willoughby.
What can I do?
Colonel, you have done so much already.
Give me an occupation, Miss Dashwood, or I shall run mad.
She would be easier if her mother were here.
Of course.
Oh, I forgot about mom and sister. Oh, jeez. I forgot about those two. What is that? Are they trying to bleed out the infection or something? Is that what they're doing? I think they're bleeding out the infection. I don't think it works.
You must prepare yourself. I will return very shortly.
So they just gave him a bunch of just loading or lauding or whatever that stuff was. Like, thing was like opium or something like that. So it never got cured from anything. They just couldn't feel the pain.
Marianne, please try.
Go get Willoughby.
Marianne, please try.
Oh, she better not be. Nah. Nah.
I cannot do without you.
I can't handle crying.
I tried to bear everything else. I will try.
I'm starting to get goosebumps. Oh, please don't be dead. Just move or something. She came around. Okay, so she didn't pass away. Man, I was almost
Mama, she is out of danger.
Did men ever get sick back then? Because or this is just how the movie is. Her books are written as that the women are always getting sick.
Brandon.
It just clicked in my head about what he did for her. He actually went out in the rain to get her because he cared about her back in the beginning, I think. Big old treehouse.
He certainly is not so dashing as Willoughby. Always was a something, if you remember.
Oh, cut it out, Mama.
Shall we continue tomorrow?
No, for I must away.
Where?
That I cannot tell you. It is a secret.
You will not stay away long.
She was just pawning for another man, and now, oh gosh. This time period is still off for me, even though it's still like today, but it's just off.
There I fell, and there I first saw Willoughby.
Poor Willoughby, he will always regret you.
But does it follow that had he chosen me, he would have been content? He would have had a wife he loved, but...
Look at that scene. That would be all green screen now. Oh, I miss real movie. I miss movies like this. It'll be a whole green screen. Too lazy to go and film out in real scenery. Sorry. This is real scenery.
Do you compare your conduct with his?
I compare it with what it ought to have been. I compare it with yours.
Now it looks like a green screen all of a sudden.
Was Exeter crowded, Thomas?
It was indeed, ma'am. Carried away coals for his drunkenness. And Mr. Ferrers is married, but of course you know that, ma'am.
Told you that Mr. Ferrers was married, Thomas.
Miss Lucy Steele as was. She and Mr. Ferrers were stopping in a chaise.
I didn't think he was going to marry her.
So I took off my hat, and all you young ladies, especially Miss Dashwood, and had they be sure to send you a piece of the cake.
Did Mrs. Ferrers seem well?
She said she was vastly contented. I made free to wish her joy.
Thank you, Thomas.
I didn't think he was going to marry her.
At last I have found a small enough instrument to fit the parlour. Oh, my darling, look.
He must like you very much.
It is for all of us.
Game already tuned, huh? Is she really singing? Yes or no? If so, my gosh, I did not know she could sing like that. Oh yeah, we used to do those with the little blades of grass. Maybe I could have survived back in this time. I don't get this at all. I am so confused about what should happen and what was going to happen.
I don't think it is the Colonel.
You must play your new song to him, Marianne.
Edward!
Yeah, how about
It is Edward!
Calm.
her bonnet is off the hook. It's like they hope for bad things to happen in a relationship so someone else can take the person. Am I right in saying that? I mean, is that correct?
I trust I find you all well.
We are all very well.
We have been enjoying very fine weather.
Say something, Edward. Come on, man. Say something.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. The roads were very...
Miss Dashwood.
Great joy, Edward.
His character in this movie is so weird.
I hope you have left Mrs. Ferrers well.
Tolerably. Thank you.
What is going on with him?
I think you mean my brother. You mean Miss...
Mrs. Robert Ferrers?
Yes.
So I was right.
I received a letter from Mrs. Ferrers, I should say, communicating to me the transfer of...
I was right. I said she wanted him. I was right. I said she wanted the brother. I was right.
Only right that she be released from our engagement. At any rate, they were married last week and are now in Plymouth.
I was right. That's all I'm saying. I knew she was with the other brother. I knew that. How did I know that? It was something just wasn't right. Okay, is that is that happiness? Is she happy? She's sad? I mean, what's going on?
Eleanor, I met Lucy when I was very young. A foolish inclination. My behaviour at Norland was very wrong, but I convinced myself that you felt only friendship. I've come here with no expectations, only to profess now that I am at liberty to do so.
Is she happy?
And always will be. Yours.
Wow, that sounds like the most genuine thing I've heard in this whole movie. Jeez. Was she laughing the whole time?
Margaret, come down. Tell us what else, Marianne. Tell us. He's kneeling down.
There's a sheep in the back. Okay, so Willoughby was the one who actually wound up just out of luck, I guess. There he is. Oh man, I kind of feel sorry for him now. But can you really be happy knowing that she loved another man, he left her, and now it's... Whew. Oh, he's making it... And making it rain, guess back in his version of it, I guess. Giving him concussions. What? Wow. Okay. All right. That was Sense and Sensibility from 1995. I was not prepared for how different it was going to be from Pride and Prejudice. I thought it was going to be the same humor, be laughing the whole time. It was definitely more of what I thought Pride and Prejudice was going to be, more of a serious tone. It was very good. It confused me a lot. I'm sorry if I was confused, and if I confused you, even if you've watched it before. So keep the Jane Austen coming. I really love the movies that I've seen so far. This is the third one I've seen. So just keep them coming. This is the Film Club. I'm Buck Callahan. Have a blessed night.